Hi, Jon Sicotte, the executive editor of Brewer Magazine, the Brewer Mag podcast, another edition here. We are going to talk about new facilities opening up. Sometimes breweries need to grow a little bit and put a whole new system in. And we get a chance to talk to someone in the Denver area. We're bringing in David Deline, president of Prost Brewing. And David, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, you guys have been growing for quite a while. I mean, this is the newest facility for you guys. Prost's been around about a dozen years now. I mean, kind of run through the history quick and how things have been growing for you guys out there in Denver.
Absolutely. For those that aren't familiar, we're Prost Brewing Co, headquartered here in Denver, Colorado. We opened our doors officially in August of 2012 with the idea to not chase the hop craze, not chase the sour craze, but just make beer that tastes like beer, something drinkable and something you want to share a couple of liters with or a boot or whatever you like with good friends and with good people. And so after that, Prost has been through numerous facilities and lots of ups and downs. But I think the one thing that's constant has been that focus on who we are, that German heritage, and just trying to make some of the best German style beers around. And so it's been a fun ride, but we've been fortunate enough to see outstanding growth over the last several years from our Biergarten network side to our distribution side. And this facility is just the next step of that evolution. And so we're excited to bring our beers back home. And really, this facility allows us to fulfill our dream of really making beers the way we've always wanted to. And so it's the start of a new chapter, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. How many facilities have you guys brewed out of over those 12 years?
So the original facility was headquartered right at I-25 and 20th Street, right across from downtown, for everyone that's been to GABF before. And we brewed there for the first many years, 9+ years of our evolution on two old copper kettles that we brought over from Germany, and I think they're very iconic. It's still who we are, and so from there, we due to this outstanding growth and some construction hurdles, as I think a lot of people can understand, we brewed in a few different contract facilities to bridge the gap. But this facility of what we're doing now is truly the evolution of all that and kind of the coming home. And so we're really excited to start producing these beers our way, what we think will be world class.
Yeah. When did this development start happening for the Northglenn production facility, then Biergarten? I mean, what was the timeline for you guys from we're going to take some dirt off the shovel and throw it to getting open? I mean, unofficially in December that you guys were starting to get some stuff going there.
Yeah. Well, anything like this starts with a crazy dream and a vision. And, that vision, I think, kind of started to form about 5 years ago. But as far as the actual construction and from those 5 years, there was conceptualized and ideas, and we reinvented how we wanted to do this process a million times. But as far as the actual construction, we were able to do it really quite quick. We found the site about 2 years ago and then opened our beer garden, just under that 2-year mark from construction start. And looking at our brewery, it's in various stages of turning on right now, but grand opening is slotted for May right now.
Awesome. So what was the important part of growing? Was it more tank space? You needed a bigger system? Like, what was that first step with this production facility?
It really was twofold. The first, and we've been incredibly fortunate, I think it's a testament to making good beer and a testament to some of these timeless styles that never go out of fashion. And there's really been limelight coming back on just well-made lagers. And so we've been positioned perfectly, and we've seen great growth both on the distribution side and then our beer garden side. We have started to pursue the taproom model just to share our beer with more people. And the beer is only part of the experience. Is if anyone's been to Germany, been to Oktoberfest, you sit in the beer halls, you raise the stein, you sing the songs. It's that celebratory nature. And so we've been wanting to offer that whole experience. And by doing so, we've opened a few beer gardens over the last several years. And so between distribution and the beer gardens, we flat out needed more space. But the bigger idea behind it is you can always find more tanks, do additions, but we wanted to reinvent how our beer was being made. We wanted to make sure we were doing it right, doing it our way, to make sure we were only offering the highest quality that we could. That really was the reason behind the whole facility.
Yeah. And you talked about it earlier, and I meant to bring that up too, is really craft beer is coming to you guys more than you're going to. You guys started with this vision, and now everyone's making some kind of light lager. They're trying to, find that market space. Really, you guys were able to be ahead of the curve in the grand scheme of things, even though you're saying we're going traditional, but really traditional is coming back. So how has that been for you guys? And have you seen the growth because of that?
Without a doubt, I think we've definitely seen growth, and it's everyone has a lager, everyone has a pils. From our side, we love to see it. There was a time when you went and tried to sell a Helles, you went and tried to sell a Kolsch, and people would look at you and say, "What is that?" But as more and more brewers start to do it, there's recognition for these styles coming, and it aligns perfectly with who and what we are. And we welcome it, and we're just excited to see as it continues to grow. These are genuinely timeless styles, and we don't think that's ever going to change. They're going to be around for a long time, and we're going to keep making them hopefully for a long time.
Sure. And looking at the new system, getting something in place, like you said, wanting to have the best possible system for you guys to be able to put up the best possible quality beer in that German style. Mm-hmm. Where did you start with that? What did you end up with? And and then we'll get into the adjusting to it and getting new beers out.
Yeah. So Chris O'Connor, our brewing director, and I, like I said, we've been conceptualized in middle of the night, ideas pop in your head, driving down the road, ideas pop in your head. And we've conceptualized really this new process we're trying to put in place here. It's taking the best of historic traditions, the best of what Germans have been doing for hundreds of years, and implementing those practices and processes with state-of-the-art modern technology and equipment to make sure we can do it absolutely right every time. And so that kind of synthesis came together here over the last 2 years, and we talked with numerous different vendors, and we didn't want a cookie cutter solution. And so we wanted to focus on quality and ensure it was done our way. And we found a great partner in Kasper Scholz. For those that don't know Kasper Scholz, it's the oldest brewhouse manufacturer still in existence in the world. I think they're on like 11 generations of this company out of Bamberg, Germany, basically the beer hub of Germany. And so we went to the experts. We're a German brewery. We figured we better be making it on German equipment and mirroring what we did with those old copper pedals. We wanted to make sure we were doing it on the real equipment. And so we use their handcrafted skill set to really combine with this new process we tried to put in place. And I think we came up with something collectively that truly is unique. I don't know if there's a beer made quite the way we intend to do it here around the world right now. So it's a thought experiment, and we're really excited to see how it comes out.
And that is fun. I think innovation is always the thing that craft beer is looking towards. And the hardest part of that is you're already a functioning brewery. You're already making beer. You have to go from one place to another, and your consumers shouldn't know the difference. How much has that been a part of, getting this place open? And I'm sure the trials that you guys have had to go through just to make sure they're like, yep, this tastes like the batch that we just made over here. Now we're doing it in Northglenn.
Yeah. There's flavor matching, and Prost has developed a reputation and developed flavors, and we're never going to abandon that. But what we believe here is those main flavors will only improve. It's just going to be done better and better. It's going to be cleaner, crisper. We're looking for perfection in every pour here. And why we want to flavor match to where we are, we don't want that to hold us back in the past. And so we're looking fully towards the future. There will be some variations in the beer, but we wholeheartedly believe there's just going to be improvement upon improvement until we hit that perfect beer. And then we got to figure out how to redo it every time.
And now, did you guys, are you making your beer that's been like the core lineup there now, or is this why the new beers came out, because you guys wanted to be able to start getting through the system and making something that hadn't been done before to kind of iron out those kinks and get to learn the system?
Yeah, so we're just scratching the surface of getting this facility turned on. We actually have 2 brew houses on site. And so the beers that are rolling out both in cans and in our beer gardens, they're made with all of our Wireman malts, hand-selected German hops, trying to be as authentic as we can. But they're not going through the German Casper equipment yet. They're just being made on our 20-barrel pilot system. We have a great pilot system in partnership with ICC. And so we are producing in Northglenn and on site in the facility. That's all of our beers right now. But they're just going to get better and better as we turn on all the rest of the technology and processes in this building.
Very nice. Tell me about those new beers. Just a couple weeks ago, you guys put out a Dunkelweizen and a light beer, and you had the export pills and the Helles, like you said. Those are going to your beer gardens. How exciting was it to finally get to have the beer made there, sent out there, and being a part of what Prost is all about?
Oh man, there's nothing quite like drinking the first beer out of a new facility after the years and the heart and sweat and the tears and tasting that first beer and having it come out at the level and as delicious as it was. Just it hit a sweet spot. But I think what we appreciate more is then when we tap them in our beer gardens, seeing the that's what it's all about. German beer at the end of the day is all about community, and that's what our beer gardens are about, is that celebration of that community. And we want to do that by bringing the best products to them and seeing the reactions in our beer gardens of our staff, of the customers, of people you don't even think of as craft drinkers really appreciating these beers is what keeps us going. But we which we're so excited about is the pilot brew house is going to allow us to do really our first. We never had the capability before, really beer garden only lineup. And so we're going to have lots of varying SKUs, always something new coming in, 6-packs so you can take them home and enjoy outside. And just with production capabilities, we couldn't do that before. And so you have your core German beers, but there's so many other fun, great styles out there. This pilot system is in the Dunkelweizen, the Lick beer, our Helles, our export pills are just the start of this new program that everyone can come in, enjoy in the beer garden, try something new before they go back to their core favorite, but hopefully take some things home as well.
You really, I know you're excited about the beer gardens. Tell me about them. I mean, how have you guys developed that? Because you have locations in Highland Ranch, Fort Collins, Denver, and now the Northglenn location. How are they the same? How are they different? And how have you developed them and learned from every time that you guys have opened up that new beer garden?
Yeah. We originally started with the Beer Garden Brewery down in Denver at the original site, and it was really just a tap room. As we continue to evolve and continue to grow, again, we don't believe the beer is the only product we're trying to offer. We're trying to offer that celebratory aspect of connectivity of everyone, and that's really what the heart and soul of a beer garden is. And so we want to provide the best experience possible. And the beer garden progression has just been an evolution of us dialing those screws in. And so we brought in some great partners in Boyd Hoback and launched a full kitchen lineup. So our beer gardens have full food offerings as well now, from schnitzels to your bratwurst to currywurst and really all the German favorites, but also some, call it more Americanized, for those that don't want just meat and bread and beer, some healthy options to welcome everyone in. And we've just seen tremendous success with them. And it gave us the belief in what we're selling this experience, selling the celebratory nature to open the next one. And that one, we made it bigger, and that one went even better. And so then we opened the next one, and they just got bigger and bigger and really kind of more refined. But what we're trying to sell is really, the beer is only the product. What we're really selling, I think, is that beer garden experience of what you would get at a German beer hall or over at Oktoberfest. Granted, a Denver modern version interpretation of it, but trying to stay true to those German roots.
Yeah. Do you see changes in clientele depending on if you're in Denver or Fort Collins, and the different ones? Are you guys being able to replicate it? So if someone walks in, that they know this is Prost that they're at, or do you find a way to be able to cater to those different communities and they're like, this is our spot?
Yeah. It's honestly both. Part of that community nature is we want it to be welcoming to everyone, really any aspect of life that walks through, regardless of age, flavor profiles, whatever it is. And so we do have pretty high variance. I mean, from suburban Denver to downtown, we get a lot of different people, different drinkers, and we do want to cater and we want to welcome everyone in. Families, dogs, it's really what it's all about, is being part of that beer garden. And so at the same time, while we do cater to those folks, at the heart, everyone needs to walk in and know this is Prost. And so we don't want any cookie cutters. We want to be part of local communities, foster that identity. But iconically from the outside, it's Prost beer. We look the part, we act the part, and just trying to do it right.
Nice. How is this going to help with you guys just in the overall production aspect of being able to get the beer out more and past the beer garden? I mean, is that the next step for you guys? Because I know you guys are in 4 states right now. Are you looking at being able to infiltrate more market that you're already in, or are you guys looking at that territory expansion and be able to see that there is growth, there is that unique aspect that you guys have as just a German type of brewery, to be able to create a niche in places that don't have it?
I should say, ask me in 2 months once everything in here is really running. But you're absolutely right. Our goal is to make something we're truly proud of, to put the Prost name on, and then our goal is to share that with as many people as possible. Once we have that product that this is a world-class lager, we want to go share that experience and bring people into the brand and bring people into the fold. And we intend to do that with both additional beer gardens. We really believe in that model and sharing that full experience, but we're also intend to do that in distribution expansion. I think there's so much opportunity in our existing markets of what we could do to grow this, but also looking further afield at new states, new territories, and hopefully one day, kind of full new regions to really anchor ourselves and solidify ourselves as somewhat of an authority in this German lager space.
Awesome.
We have a long way to go to that, but I think we're taking the right initial steps.
Well, like you said, the next step is being able to turn that new system on and get to be able to put out some world-class beer that's even, like you said, more perfect than what you guys are already doing. So I think that's a good step, and congratulations on getting to where you are right now, and looking forward to seeing what you guys can put out once all the bells and whistles are on and ready to go.
I really appreciate that. For anyone that can't swing by our Northglenn location, everything's behind glass, so you can drink one of the beers off the pilot system and watch the progress of everything else as it comes online.
Awesome. Well, David, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you as well.
Cool. I'll hit stop there. The other thing I wanted to say, and I wasn't going to